Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Joe here of Sports Grid. It's time for Puck It with Joe. We have games still going on today. I know that we missed those early twos. I did give the pick in that last game, Devils and the Edmonton Oilers over 1.5 in the first period. I really should have given you guys a goal to be scored in the first 5 minutes. We know Edmonton came out scoring the only goal in that first period. So that one didn't cash, but that goal in the first 5 minutes, Edmonton was able to get it done. But we still have games on the board today. Only those two. The over hit between the Florida Panthers earlier today. So that was a great matchup. But we have still the Edmonton Oilers and the New Jersey Devils sitting at 1 for the Edmonton Oilers in the second period here. Now that total has dropped down to 4.5. Live betting right now at minus 118 for the over 4.5. I haven't checked on the shots on goal. I would lean to that before I take the under. I also do think there's an opportunity for the Devils to be able to come back and pull off this win. They're plus 320 right now on the money line. The beautiful thing about if you jump on the Devils right now, plus 340 adjusted, if they tie this up, you're going to get so much value and then come back the Edmonton Oilers on the money line. So you can hedge your bets there. I would look at the New Jersey Devils at plus 340 on this one. Happy Saturday, everyone. I am so glad that you're here with me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, let's jump into these games going on later today. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Washington Capitals taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now this one kicks off at 7:10 Eastern tonight. We have odds on FanDuel, minus 170 here for the Washington Capitals, plus 140 here for the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, this is a total of 5.5. That 5.5 juice to the over at minus 132. To the under is plus 108 under 5.5. I do like the over 5.5, and when it was looking closer to 6, I still was on that. I do think with what we've seen between these two teams, we got the Washington Capitals, older squad versus the younger squad here of the Chicago Blackhawks. I think this is going to be a back and forth battle. One that I do believe Chicago can get the win. I love the home dog in this situation. Young blood versus old here is exactly what we're going to see out on the ice. And normally when these two teams match up, they trend to that over. 9 of the last 10 going to that over. We did get one push. That was the other one. None of those stayed under that total. But we got a 6.5 or a 5.5 here. So lower total in this one. Give me the Blackhawks with that plus money. Give me the under. We got the over. We got Darcy Kemper and Sonderblom expected in net. We know the Blackhawks are coming off that win versus the St. Louis Blues. It was a lower scoring one, 3-1. The Blues just didn't get enough shots in that one. They didn't have enough drive. And Washington won last night versus New York Rangers. Now, they were able to put up 4 goals on the New York Rangers. But like I said to everyone, the Rangers were in a look ahead last night to that Kings matchup today. So the 4 goals is irregular for this team. This team isn't normally scoring a lot. But like I said, when these teams come together, we see those fireworks. Let's make some money for sure. It's a dog day, you guys. In football, it's a dog day. This one could end up in a draw as well. I am with you. This is going to be an absolute battle between these two teams out there on the ice. Let's look at the next one. We have the Nashville Predators taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Montreal at plus 140, minus 170 here for the Predators. This total 6.5 juice to that under at minus 122, the over at plus 100. I was hesitant at taking this one over the total because I did believe Sam Montembeault would be in a net for the Montreal Canadiens. But it is looking, there's a deer crossing the street right in front of my house. Oh, there's like 3 deer. It is Jake Allen, not Sam Montembeault. So with Sam Montembeault in net, I was going to look here at the under 6.5. I'm just not sure if I can get there. And yes, the Predators are struggling to put the puck in the back of the net. So there's not a lot of goals coming for this team. But while Jake Allen is strong, I do think the Predators can score on him. We know the defenses of both of these teams aren't the greatest, and both teams are on the second night of a back-to-back. We saw the Predators lose and get shut out to the Toronto Maple Leafs last night 4-0. And then we saw the win here for the Montreal Canadiens. It was a shootout win. It was a shutout win as well, 3-0. So one team off a shutout loss, one team off a shutout win. Montreal didn't have to travel. They stayed in Montreal. I just think, actually, no, they didn't. That is untrue. They had to travel back home. I think defenses will be tired in this one. I don't trust Jake Allen like I trust Sam Montague. So I do think this one stays over that total. But you got to be careful with this one because you look at Nashville, they're only averaging 2.98 goals per game on the road. Montreal averaging 2.26. In their last 10. So these are two teams that aren't putting up a lot, but defensively, these defenses are allowing these goals. Jake Allen versus Saros. Saros has not been that strong this season. Yes, he has a save percentage of 0.904, goals against average of 2.93. I do think this is another 4-3 a style game. I would back Montreal. I know I wanted to take the under 6.5, Kev, as well. Shout out to you as well, Tony. But I just can't get there with Jake Allen. I just don't trust Jake Allen as much as Sam Montague. I was really hoping he would be in goal tonight. The LA Kings taking on the New York Rangers. This is the one game that I really have circled. I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic matchup. This is a hard one to bet. We have the LA Kings coming in at plus 102. The New York Rangers at minus 122, total 6.5. Now that's 6.5 juice to that under at minus 122, plus 100 to the over. Now, if you think the the New York Rangers can get a big win, minus 1.5 plus 188, you're getting no value on the LA Kings on that puck line. You'd have to do a reverse puck line if you like them here. Now, the Rangers have won 4 of the last 5 matchups. Phoenix Cobley is expected in net for the LA Kings, and this is what scares me about this matchup. Cobley has allowed an average of 4.5 goals in his last 2 starts. He's been an absolute sieve out there. The New York Rangers off the shutout last night should come out nice and strong in this one. So both teams are on the back-to-back. The Kings played the Islanders last night. They lost that one. They got up quick. The Islanders came back. They lost in overtime 3-2. We look at the New York Rangers. They lost that game to the Washington Capitals 4-0 on a shutout, had to travel back home. So both are not in the perfect situation, but I do think we'll see the best out of both of these teams. The New York Rangers in the Garden with Jonathan Quick. I can't go against this team, and I do think there is so much value taking them here at minus 122 on the money line. That being said, I love the LA Kings, and I love this defense. I love what we've seen out of them. They're holding opponents to 26.9 shots on goal per game and 2.25 goals per game. Their kill is elite at 89.5%, second best overall in the league. The kill here from the New York Rangers is 7th overall in the league, but you look at it, the difference between 89.5 and 85.4, there's not much of a difference. Both of these teams elite kills. The power play is way stronger here for the New York Rangers at 29.3%, for the Kings only converting on 20.2%. So advantage definitely to the Rangers on both sides of the puck, in my opinion. I think they can get this win at home. I do think this one, it's tricky. Offenses are really strong. Goaltending is really strong. If you like a total, I look at the Rangers team total before. I would look at the full game total. The Kings blew your parlay with Vegas. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It should be a bounce back for the Kings. I absolutely agree. My Caps beat the Rangers last night. Yeah, they did. They absolutely blew them out of the water. Let's look at the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Now, the Winnipeg Jets here are coming in at minus 205. Huge money line favorites over the Ducks. Ducks plus 168. Total 5.5. Now this 5.5 minus a 138 to the over. If you like the under 5.5, that's coming in at plus 112. If you can get the 6, I would feel a little bit more confident in this one staying under. I just don't see the Anaheim Ducks being able to score a lot of goals in this one. Connor Hellebuck is in net for the Winnipeg Jets. He's got a 2.47 goals against average and a .910 save percentage. John Gibson, he has been phenomenally strong this season, stronger than I would have thought. He's got a 2.82 goals against average and a .906 save percentage. But this Ducks team, I don't trust. Their inconsistencies and their inefficiencies defensively give me a lack of faith in this team. So looking at this team, they're only averaging 2.62 goals per game. They're converting on 21.4% of their power plays, which is better than the Jets. So the Jets need to stay out of the box. The Jets are only converting on 18.4. The kill here is stronger for the Ducks as well. So we look at special teams, better for the Ducks, but the Jets, they stay out of the box. I have faith in this team. especially with Kyle Connor. He's been absolutely phenomenal. He's got 28 points on the season. Looking at him for the anytime goal here is a straight money. Now you can look at the Jets in regulation. That's coming in at minus 130. I do think that is better than, of course, that money line. The money line is so juiced. I don't see this one going to OT. So I think the Jets can get it done in reg. I would also look at them here on the puck line. I do think they can cover this puck line. Laying the 1.5 on the puck line. Current odds on that are current odds on that plus 122. So they have not moved during the day. It was plus 122 earlier. I do like that. I think it's a solid way to go. You look at the Jets on the road, 7-3 on that puck line on the road. The Ducks are just struggling to win at home. They're sitting 5-9 at home this season. And yes, they've been strong on that puck line, but I do think the Winnipeg Jets with Connor Hellebuck will be able to get this one done. You're on the Jets laying the 1.5. I love that we're on the same page, Kev. This should be a great game. So that's my favorite bet of this game is the Jets on that puck line. And then in regulation, I just don't love laying a lot of juice. I like that big plus money that we're getting. That being said, it's not that great a plus money, but I do think it's worth it. The next game, we have the Minnesota Wild. They're coming in at minus 130 over the Seattle Kraken, a team that just cannot find a way to win because they're just struggling to find the back of the net. The Seattle Kraken at plus 108, total of 6.5, juice to the under at minus 132, plus 108 to that over. I'm struggling here with the Seattle Kraken. We saw them lose another game last night to the Lightning. That was a 4-3 overtime loss. The Minnesota Wild, though, I don't know. This team has lost the last two, won the 4 before that. They are a solid team, but their defense is really killing them. They have a really weak kill. Their kills coming in at 70.8%. The Seattle Kraken, I do like their top line. And if their top line is clicking, this team is able to find the back of the net. But they haven't been clicking as of late. In their last 7 games, they've only scored 13 goals. So those struggles are plain as day. Like we can all see. This team offensively isn't clicking. The Minnesota Wild, though, I just don't know if I trust their defense. Joey Daccord will be in net for Seattle. He's got a 2.98 goals against average, save percentage of 0.894. Gustafsson expected here for the Minnesota Wild. Now his numbers are 3.26 goals against average, 0.894 save percentage. So not stellar. I'm looking here, maybe the Wild's team total to that over. I trust in this team to be able to find the back of the net for Joey Daccord. That number coming in at 3.5. I definitely could see them getting 4 goals in this one. My initial instinct looking at this game was a 4-3 game. But the more I keep looking at Seattle, can they get those 3 goals? And this is a Seattle team that we know that can come out firing. And when they're clicking, they could get 3 goals in the first period. This is a team that really can fire away, especially against the Minnesota Wild, who defensively, they're allowing a lot. Their kill isn't strong. Their kill coming in at 70.8. So it's going to be an interesting one here. I do think the Wild's team total is the safest way to go. I do think also I lean towards the over 6.5. So you're going to take the Wild on the money line. And I am with you. I think the Wild should be able to get the win. But I'm not liking the fact that it's 7 games now for the Seattle Kraken. The streak is going to be broken, and it's going to be broken really hard with a huge comeback win. Could this be the night against the Minnesota Wild? It absolutely could. They've lost their last 2. They won the 4 before. I don't know. It's going to be a hard one. Don't tell me what's happening in the Chargers game. I can hear it in the background. I hope my Chargers lose and Brandon Staley gets fired today. That is a side note. Let's look at the last game on the board here, you guys. We have the San Jose Sharks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, this game is interesting. Total 6.5, juice to the under at minus 128. The over is coming in at plus 104. San Jose on a hot streak. Let's say they won their last 2 games, both on the road, plus 265 here. On the Sharks, this team has beaten elite teams as of late. The Vegas Golden Knights coming in at minus 335, plus 1.5 on the Sharks coming in at plus 106, minus 1.5 on the Vegas Golden Knights, minus 128. Now, the last time these teams matched up was back in November. We know what happened. Vegas absolutely destroyed the San Jose Sharks, getting a 5-0 shutout win. They have a backup goalie in tonight that has been brought up. We know nothing. I know nothing about this goalie. I do think the Sharks have the opportunity of pulling off the massive upset. Am I willing to take them on the money line? Maybe for a little sprinkle, like just a little bit, you guys. I do think the Sharks have every opportunity of keeping this one tight. We have seen what they've been able to do. They won their last two. They got the win over the Detroit Red Wings on Thursday in overtime, 6-5. When that went to overtime, I thought they were dead in the water, but they weren't. They got the win over the Islanders in overtime as well, 5-4. Toronto or Vegas played yesterday. They got the huge win over the Dallas Stars. That was a 6-1 win over the Dallas Stars, and they looked phenomenally strong out there. I think this could be an opportunity to catch Vegas having to be in Dallas last night, traveling back to Vegas for the Sharks to be able to pull off another upset here. I'm going to take the Sharks plus the 1.5. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. Vegas on the second night of a back-to-back with a goalie that I just really don't know enough about versus this Sharks team that is absolutely rolling hot. We know their struggles, but they've now won 3 on the road. Yes, they've lost 11, but this is what we come out for, betting these underdogs and that huge plus money. So that is what I am liking, you guys. I do think this one goes over as well because if the Sharks want to win this, this is going to be a back and forth goal fest in this. We know Mackenzie Blackwood is an absolute sieve, except for that one game versus the Colorado Avalanche. And that's how I always try to remember him in that one game. Like, come on, Blackwood, give us that fantastic game when you held the Avs to what? 1 goal or 2 goals. So you guys, all the best in all of your bets today. I'm going to get back to watching my Chargers and the Denver Broncos. We've got great games today. I'm riding all of the underdogs this afternoon. So that being said, if you want to live bet any of these situations, looking at the Edmonton Oilers and the New Jersey Devils just quick, that is a 2-0 game right now, end of the third period. So the Edmonton Oilers did pull off the win. Good to see. Looking quickly at the NFL because I need to know what's happening. Got the Seattle Seahawks holding tight with Drew Lock under center for them, 14-10 versus the 49ers. Thank God I've got the Seattle Seahawks plus the 14. Still scoreless between the Minnesota Vikings and the the Las Vegas Raiders. I like the Raiders, you guys. I think they can get this win at home. They are the favorite right now at minus 188, so I couldn't jump in on them there. The Denver Broncos and the Chargers, it's laughable. Denver up 10-0 at halftime. Denver is winning this game. The Buffalo Bills are up over the Kansas City Chiefs 14-7. This is what I wanted to see. We got 26 seconds left, and Buffalo has the ball. Raiders on the money line. Let's go, Kev. I'm so glad you're there with me. But you guys, I will be back tomorrow, same time. Every time I say that, same time, I think of that. My brother loved Batman, so the same bat time comes in my head every time, just so you guys know. You guys have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. I will see you back here tomorrow. Let's make some freaking money on the ice. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me here. Bye, guys.